author and nutritionist Robert Ferguson. Please welcome Robert Ferguson.
All right, y'all, let's hear it for America's Fat Loss Coach, Robert Ferguson.
That was good. That was good. This is Robert Ferguson. I'm excited to be here. Thank you very much. If you're here for the first time, I am your nutritionist. I'm a guy who shares because I care. And I want to jump right into this because I want to answer this question. Does alcohol convert to sugar? So do me a favor. If you're hearing me, if you're here live and you're catching this, I would love to hear your thoughts. Don't look it up. Don't Google. Just go by your gut. Like you've been talking to people about nutrition and, you go to parties and people say this and people say that and people encourage this and they encourage that. And most people really believe what they believe. And so the question today is about alcohol. Is it high in sugar? Is alcohol sugar? Like, think about it. Now, if you're new to me and you're catching this for the first time, I want to encourage you to go over to our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell so that if you're not catching me on LinkedIn or Facebook or somewhere else, you can always listen and watch at your convenience. And what I want to do today is I want to walk you through the basics of alcohol, right? Whether it's a glass of wine, whether it's a beer, whether you want to have a cocktail that's, Jack Daniels or some type of whiskey or bourbon, I'm going to share with you information that you can utilize for the rest of your life. And you can still have a cocktail. You can have a glass of wine. You can have a beer and still not only lose weight, but improve overall health. Okay? Now, the question that I'm asking you, and I'm curious, does alcohol convert to sugar? I've heard a lot of people say it does. And many of you are going, see, Robert's always got these trick questions. Like he's going to share something that most people may not know or may be surprising. Well, I got one person that says that it doesn't. I have someone else that says it does. I got another person who says it does. We have Coach Susie Lopez. She doesn't say anything. She just smiles. And I'm not going to keep you guys long. I got to be out of here. I got a meeting in 15 minutes. So my goal was just to really tackle this because it leads up to a seminar I'm doing today. If you're catching this live or today, which is Wednesday, June 28th, I'm doing a seminar on fatty liver. I strongly recommend you go to that, not just for yourself. Maybe you have grandkids. Maybe you have kids. Because 1 in 10 kids and adolescents have fatty liver and don't know about it. And it can be quite damaging for a young kid who has fatty liver for it to be hidden or silenced, and parents don't even know about it. And then in their early 20s, this kid who's had fatty liver for 7, 8, 9 years, undiagnosed, now has all these problems, not just with his liver, but with his kidneys. And the outcome is not usually good at all. So every parent, as we are in this place right now, and grandparent would benefit from being informed when it comes to fatty liver. Plus, 1 out of every 4 adults have it and don't even know about it. We're talking 80 to 100 million people. You're walking around and don't even know. Your doctor's not really screening for it, which I'm going to explain in that seminar. You don't even know. So everyone will benefit from being informed. Okay, now let's get to the point why I'm doing this live. Here's the answer. Alcohol does not convert to sugar. And I know you've heard people say that. It is not true. Now, alcohol is converted to several what we refer to as intermediate substances, and none of them are sugar. And eventually, like fat that's stored in the body that gets metabolized or oxidized, that means being burned, Alcohol eventually breaks down to carbon dioxide and water, right? So alcohol is ethanol. It goes through a process, and eventually, when it's gone, it leaves your body as water and CO2, carbon dioxide. But again, let me stress, alcohol at no stage of being broken down converts or turns into sugar. Now, I'm referring to pure alcohol because when you have wine and beer, they do contain small amounts of sugar from the fermentation process, right? Of raw ingredients used to make the wine, right? You use grapes to make wine. And there is some sugar in it, but it's a really small amount. A really small amount. I mean, really minute. Like if you look at, let's say, a glass of wine, red is going to have a little less sugar than most whites. But we're still talking total carbs, maybe 3 grams. Not much. Not much. Now, what happens with me is I get asked a question about the relationship between alcohol and losing weight, right? When you work with clients, and that's what I'm going to address now. But know for sure that if you have a shot of Jack Daniels, you are not consuming sugar. You're consuming alcohol. And there are calories that come with it, but it is not sugar. And alcohol, just like some sugars like fructose, are metabolized by the liver, right? The liver handles all the toxins, all the negatives, all the positives, all is going through your liver. Your liver is a very, 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 very important organ, right? So the largest organ is our skin, but the second largest inside of us is our liver. The liver is really important. And so don't miss the seminar. Become informed, because if you don't already know the answers or really understand what fatty liver is, or you're hearing this for the first time, it's worth your time. It doesn't cost anything. I'm just going to give some real good information. Okay. Now, again, before I go into walking you through the process of how you can still lose weight and drink alcohol, alcohol does not convert to sugar. So now you know. You don't got to ask anybody. You know. Okay. Now there's 7 points I'm going to go over right now. Okay. And write down, take notes so that you own this. Okay. Number 1, it is important to note that when it comes to drinking alcohol and losing weight, it has nothing to do with sugar. It has everything to do with how alcohol hinders the efficiency of your metabolism, which often equates to putting you in fat storage mode for a period of time. So what do I mean by that? Alcohol, like fructose, does not go to your muscles to be used for fuel. It doesn't go to your brain. It's toxic. So it has to be metabolized by your liver. And when your liver is dealing with the alcohol, it puts everything else on hold to deal with the alcohol. And that means when things are on hold, you have increased likelihood of some of the foods that you've eaten recently to actually be going into storage mode, meaning stored in fat cells. So when you drink alcohol, your liver has to deal with it. That's number 1, right? And that's why you don't want to drink too much too fast. You don't want to overwhelm your liver. Give it some space. Space out those drinks. Have a glass of water before you drink. Number 2, when you drink any alcoholic beverage, you must understand that alcohol, and I'm stressing this, is first processed by the liver because it is considered a poison by your body. And it is prioritized in the processing. So you could have just had the best meal ever. It could be high in antioxidants and all these benefits, but all of those nutrients that you just consumed get put on hold while your liver deals with the alcohol. Number 3, the moment alcohol hits the bloodstream, your liver drops everything, right, to detoxify the alcohol. So again, whatever food you consume during the time you're drinking alcohol, the food gets stored or continues to float around in your blood until the liver is done detoxifying the alcohol. So if I'm going to consume alcohol, I'm not eating crackers. I'm not eating processed carbs. I'm going to stick to fat and or protein, like maybe some nuts, some chocolate, some cheese, or I'm not going to consume any food with it. And if I eat a meal beforehand, I'm going to stick to something that's with this, like a fat burning meal, the way we teach with Diet for Your Life, protein and slow carbs. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to have any fast carbs, and I'm not going to consume any ultra processed foods when you're drinking, which can happen because when you're drinking, you're not thinking about that. You're just kind of eating whatever, and then the cycle shift that can take place can put you in a position where you're not even mindful anymore. You're not even thinking. You're just eating whatever's there. And that sets you up for total failure. Okay. Number 4, when it comes to your gut microbiome, which is very, very, very important to us, right? Your gut health. The harder the alcohol and the more consistent you are with drinking it, the worse off your gut microbiome will be. Alcohol, okay, can totally disrupt your gut health. It basically sterilizes your microbiome. This isn't good. It'll cause very important families of bacteria like bifidobacteria to go down, specifically when you're consuming significant amounts. So that glass of wine or 2 can actually help your gut microbiome. Even a shot of alcohol or 2 can be heart healthy. It's when you overconsume. And when it comes to beer we know causes uric acid levels to go up. It's high in purines, and as a result of that, uric acid then can create a whole bunch of other health problems. Can definitely contribute to you becoming more insulin resistant, which means losing weight can be that much more difficult. But if you're having your drink here and there, I think you're going to be just fine. And I'm going to share a couple important things when it comes to drinks like vodka. Okay, number 5. Have you ever felt, this is more of a question, like have you ever felt especially hungry the day after you had 1 or 2 many drinks? Now, depending on how much you drink, your liver could be occupied for hours processing alcohol, all while your blood glucose levels will drop, right? So your body continues to consume energy on a regular basis, allowing for hunger to set in. So alcohol is a depressant. Your glucose numbers, right? The blood, the sugar floating in your blood can drop. And when that drops, it's like going grocery shopping on an empty stomach. Okay, 2 more, then we're out. Research has demonstrated that people who drink alcohol without over-consuming it literally live longer than those who drink a lot or not at all. So all wine is on the enjoy list, the way I see it. Wine is low in sugar and only has about 100 calories in a 5-ounce glass of wine. The bigger win when it comes to wine is red because it's packed with antioxidants called polyphenols, and that includes resveratrol, which has received quite a bit of attention for its health benefits. Okay, and I could go on and on about wine. The last point is that in addition to wine offering many health benefits, clear alcohol, especially the alcohol that has been, here's the key words, distilled multiple times, offers better benefits. Personally, I like vodka if I was going to do an alcohol. And I choose one I get at Trader Joe's where the vodka has been distilled 12 times. And the reason why that's important is that the more distilled, the cleaner the alcohol and the less toxic it is on our liver. Okay, the more distilled, the better. Better for your gut health, better for your liver health, meaning better for your overall health. So now you have it. Now, for those who are familiar with the Diet for Your Life methodology, all alcohol is a fast carb. So if you're having it with a meal, then have that glass of wine as a fast carb. So you wouldn't want to have a fast carb food like a potato or rice or couscous with a glass of wine. That would be 2 fast carbs, unless it's a boost meal. And if none of that makes sense to you, then just stick with veggies. If you're going to have an alcoholic beverage and your protein, and you will be just fine. Otherwise, take our challenge, learn about the methodology, reach out. We can show you how that works. And for those of you who have been drinking and you want to break, the detox drop is a good way to break through that. It's a great way to refresh your liver, refresh your gut, refresh your focus and your fitness. Detox drop. That's what I would recommend. Other than that, my friends, thank you for giving me a chance to share this information. Again, the main takeaway, because you'll hear people say this, they'll be at a party. Oh yeah, I'm not drinking alcohol because it turns into sugar. Alcohol is high in sugar. No, it's not. That is a lie. That is a lie. And if you can make it to our live seminar, make sure you click on it, register. And if you can't be there live, then we always have a replay. You can go to that website. We provided those links, register, and then you'll get a notification when the replay is available. Okay, so I'm Robert Ferguson. Thank you for helping me help more people. And again, the main take home here is that alcohol, because you get tired of hearing myths and lies, but alcohol does not convert to sugar. Okay, all right. And to the next one. Peace.